Let me tell you about Sarah. She's got this dream of putting a solar system on her home, right? But she keeps getting hung up on this one single fundamental question.
And her question is this: what do we absolutely need to keep running if the power goes out? This is it. This is the real starting point for anyone who's even thinking about energy independence. It's where the dream starts to get really practical.
The answer to her question is what we call your critical load. Think of it as your non-negotiables, the essential devices that are going to keep your family safe, healthy, and connected, even when the grid goes dark.
Now, this is a really crucial distinction to make. Your total household load, it's everything. It's designed for convenience. But your critical load, that's designed for resilience. So here's the bottom line. Trying to back up everything is crazy expensive, but focusing only on the absolute essentials, now that's efficient, it's affordable, and frankly, it's just smart. This quote just frames our next step perfectly, doesn't it? It's about moving from the what to the how. See, calculating your critical load, it's not just a math problem. It's an act of wise planning and foresight. And that leads us straight to the most practical question of all. In your own home, how do you actually separate the nice-to-haves from the absolute must-haves? Here's a really simple checklist that can help you decide. For any device you're thinking about, just ask yourself, does this impact my family's health or safety? Does it keep us connected? Does it keep our food or medicine from spoiling? Is it absolutely vital for work? If you're nodding your head yes to these, well, it probably belongs on your critical load list. So once you have your list, the math is actually surprisingly simple. It's really just 3 steps. First, you list every single essential device. Second, for each of those, you figure out its daily energy use. Just multiply its power in watts by the number of hours you'll use it each day. And third, you just add it all up to get your grand total. That's it. So let's look at Sarah's actual calculation. You can see her router, her laptop, some lights, her fridge. And look, she even accounted for the fact that the fridge cycles on and off. It doesn't run 24/7. By multiplying the watts by the hours, she took this vague idea she had and turned it into concrete, specific data. And after adding everything on that list up, Sarah landed on this number, 2.14 kilowatt hours. That's it. That is her daily critical load. It's not a guess anymore. It's not a rough estimate. It's a hard number that truly represents her family's essential energy needs during an outage. And believe me, that number, it changed everything. When you move from a vague dream to a clear, data-driven goal, you suddenly have this incredible clarity. You have a target to aim for. So why is this so powerful? Because knowing your number has these huge practical benefits. It stops you from wasting money on oversized, expensive components you just don't need. It makes the whole installation process way simpler. It helps ensure your system will be reliable even when you have a long stretch of cloudy days. And maybe most importantly, it gives you real peace of mind.
But this whole thing goes deeper than just being a practical exercise. Taking the time to understand your real needs and to plan carefully, that's actually an act of stewardship.
The book of Proverbs puts it this way. Precious treasure and oil are in a wise man's dwelling, but a foolish man devours it. When you take the time to figure out what's truly necessary, you're not just designing a power system. You're acting like a wise steward of the resources you've been given.
So what does that stewardship actually look like here? Well, it means planning with foresight, just like Sarah did. It means conserving resources by not overbuilding or being wasteful. And it means preparing your home so that you can be a place of stability, maybe even a source of help for others when they need it. And that critical load number becomes the absolute foundation for everything that comes next. Once you have it, you can decide your goal. Do you want to cover just the bare essentials for maybe 50% independence? Or maybe add in a few comforts and aim for 80%? It all starts with that one powerful number. Which brings us all the way back to you. We've seen how Sarah went from having this vague dream to a really concrete plan. So the real question is, what's your first step toward a safe, reliable, and well-stewarded home? It might be as simple as grabbing a notebook and taking a walk through your house, just like Sarah did.